Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I just wanted to do a quick video talking about the Inflation Reduction Act of 2022 and what it has included about expanding the IRS by 87,000 new IRS agents, making it bigger than the FBI, Pentagon, and Border Control combined. Just so everybody knows, this will be weaponized to go after the lower class and middle class Americans. It's not going to be used to go after the wealthiest or corporate America at all, and that should be obvious. So the first thing I want to bring up here is just to remind everybody about what happened in the past. IRS apologizes for aggressive scrutiny of conservative groups. In a legal settlement that still awaits a federal judge's approval, the IRS, quote, expresses its sincere apology, unquote, for mistreating a conservative organization called Linchpins of Liberty, along with 40 other conservative groups in their application for tax-exempt status. And in a second case, NorCal Tea Party Patriots and 427 other groups suing the IRS also reached a substantial financial settlement with the government. So this happened under Lois Lerner. Jeff Sessions said, quote, there is no excuse for this conduct. Hundreds of organizations were affected by these actions, and they deserve an apology from the IRS. We hope today's settlement makes clear that this abuse of power will not be tolerated, unquote. And yet, here we go, once again. This is happening. The IRS admits it wrongly used heightened scrutiny and inordinate delays and demanded unnecessary information as it reviewed applications for tax-exempt status. The order says for such treatment, the IRS expresses its sincere apology. So this is the same kind of thing you can expect to happen to you. Okay, so the only people allowed to have 501c3s are people that are of a certain political persuasion. 80 billion to hire 87,000 people. That is 919K per job. Supercharged IRS will audit lower and middle income earners. Quote, Congress wants more tax revenue because it can't control its appetite for spending. That's why it wants a tax agency in beast mode, writes the editorial board of the Wall Street Journal in a new op-ed. The new Manchin Biden Build Back Better bill allots $80 billion in new funding for the IRS, more than 6 times the agency's current annual budget. Included in the $80 billion is funding to send 87,000 new IRS agents after you and your family-owned business on the belief everyone is a tax cheat. The IRS has already been targeting lower and middle income earners, yet Democrats want to hire new agents to audit individuals and small businesses. They've also promised to revive their invasive bank surveillance scheme. So this is what you can look forward to. 15% corporate tax, 1% tax on buybacks, 87,000 new IRS agents to target people exactly what you're supposed to do in a recession. Yes, exactly. Package backed by Biden now heads to the House. The Senate passed a bill spending hundreds of billions of dollars on climate and healthcare programs while raising taxes on large profitable companies. That's a lie, as Democrats unified around elements of Biden's agenda after a year of frustrated efforts to advance a broader package. It is not going to go after large profitable companies. It's going to go after anybody making $20,000 or more. This is Thomas Massey saying, Democrats passed a bill in the House last week to keep U.S. citizens from owning what Democrats call quote-unquote weapons of war, but the same bill specifically allows IRS agents to have those types of weapons. This week, they're adding 87,000 IRS agents to the roster. And he has the "this is fine" meme, which I think is quite funny. Pedro Gonzalez says Americans are being economically crushed. Their IRS is being weaponized against them, and yet they are being forced to subsidize the existence of an Eastern European kleptocracy run by a narcissistic crook. Responding to Disclose.tv saying just in the U.S. to send $4.5 billion more to Ukraine for budget needs. And this is just to show you more than half of the IRS's exams in 2021 were taxpayers with incomes of less than $75,000. So this is just last year, guys. They're not going after big businesses or wealthy individuals. They are going after low and middle income people. Carol Ross says, remember that the government and IRS doesn't have a revenue collection problem. They've collected more than $4 trillion last year. They have a spending problem and a power and control complex. Exactly. And to close it out here, an article from the Washington Free Beacon. Democrats poised to make the IRS larger than the Pentagon, the State Department, FBI, and the Border Patrol agencies combined. The Manchin-backed Inflation Reduction Act would more than double the agency's size, and it is already a massive agency. If Democrats have their way, one of the most detested federal agencies, the IRS, which should be abolished, by the way, will employ more bureaucrats than the Pentagon, State Department, FBI, and Border Patrol combined. Absolutely insane. Under the Inflation Reduction Act, negotiated by Manchin, the agency would receive $80 billion in funding to hire as many as 87,000 additional employees, more than doubling the size of the IRS, which currently has 78,661 full-time staffers, according to federal data. Yeah, real lovely. The additional IRS funding is integral to the Democrats' reconciliation package. A congressional budget office analysis found the hiring of new IRS agents would result in more than $200 billion in additional revenue for the federal government over the next decade. More than half of that funding is specifically earmarked for quote-unquote enforcement, meaning tax audits and other responsibilities such as digital asset monitoring. So they're going to be spying on you. They're going to be going through every single thing you do and then trying to harass you. That would make the IRS one of the largest federal agencies. The Pentagon houses roughly 27,000 employees, according to the DoD, while a human resources fact sheet says the State Department employs just over 77,243 staff. The FBI employs approximately 35,000 people, according to the agency's website, and CPB has 19,536 agents. So that's just insane. But this should not be surprising to anybody. This is the goal, and this is what you can look forward to, right? They're going to be going after the poorest people, and this is all part of the planned destruction of not just the American economy, but the global economy. We are facing a global financial crisis, the likes of which I don't think people fully understand. It's going to get really bad. We have not even begun to see how bad things are going to get. They're going to continue to get worse. We're going to have a major homelessness crisis, among many other things. And so this is just something, more pressure being added to people who are already stressed out and maxed out. More pressure put on lower income and middle class people, while the rich continue to get richer because that's how the system is designed. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comments below. Make sure to like the video, subscribe if you enjoy this kind of content, and share it if you wish.